Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is now in early access, with reviews coming out left and right. The question now is, did Xbox secure the gold, or did they suffer a worse fate? Let's break that all down, up next. What's going on, guys? It's Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. And before we get into today's video, I want to shout out each and every one of you guys. We are nearing 1,000 subscribers on this here YouTube channel. Hopefully by the end of the year, we're going to hit that number, and we're going to have more surprises in store for this channel. And I can't thank you guys enough for the support. It really just means the world to me. Now, a game that I have circled on my calendar for 2024, no pun intended, was Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. That's mainly because growing up, I was a massive Indiana Jones fan, and come on now, who doesn't love some Harrison Ford? And when I heard that Xbox is developing a true indie title, I thought this could be the perfect storm. And it looks like that may be the case. Now, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here because I have yet to try out the game myself, but come next week, I will be fully ingrained in this title. But before all that, there was some doubt or worry that surrounded this title, mainly because review embargoes were so close to the actual release date. But it looks like, according to critics, those worries and doubts may not be needed at this time. Now let's hop over to Metacritic, where you can see here that the Xbox version of this game sits at an 86, while the PC version sits at an 87. Whatever score you do rock with at the end of the day, I think this goes beyond initial expectations. Oddly enough, Metacritic did this thing where they got fans to give their guess where this game would initially score, and it averaged an 80. So we're technically in the green here. No pun intended, because, you know, it's Xbox. Yeah, we got more jokes later. Now, speaking from an Indiana Jones fan perspective here, we haven't really got anything lately that's worth celebrating. Sure, we got a new movie, and that's what it was, but outside of the Lego games back in the day, that's about it. One thing I am hearing about this title, though, is how different it is, especially when compared to most titles on the market right now. Now, I can accredit all that to the minds over at Bethesda and Machine Games, no doubt. But when this title first got announced, many people kind of just lumped this into the category of, this is basically gonna be Xbox's Uncharted. And for those of you who haven't played Uncharted, basically, this game is a third-person, over-the-shoulder, cinematic style of game. And I'll be honest, I would have accepted that because I quite frankly love Uncharted and games like Tomb Raider. But Machine Games stuck to their guns here, get it? Machine Games stuck to their guns, and created what they do best, and that's a first-person game. Now, it's not like Wolfenstein here, but people are comparing this to a title that released all the way back in 2004, which was the Chronicles of Riddick and the Escape from Butcher's Bay. Gameplay here for Indiana Jones is less about shooting and more about hand-to-hand combat and stealth. And within the movies, Indiana Jones isn't really about letting it rip, and that's all with his guns blazing. Instead, he's punching dudes in the face, sneaking around, and letting it whip. You see? Because it's Indiana Jones and he has a whip. Alright, I swear I'm done with the jokes. But for the typical gamer, getting something different from a AAA game nowadays is something pretty great to see. We touched on this a little bit the other day when talking about how developers are less apt to take a risk, and that's all with X-Defiant, so rest in peace to that game. But seeing Machine Games take the risk here and create what appears to be a quality game, I think that's a win, and I'm very excited for it. But with all that being said, I'm going to pass this one off to you guys. How excited are you for this game? And if you did happen to get your hands on it, what do you think about it? But that about does it here. I've been Kalo. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.